Good morning. So in this video, I'm going to solve three problems from Himmelblau. No, problem 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3. So earlier, I have given this problem as assignment. So you can check if you solve this problem correctly. Okay. So this is 8.1 from Himmelblau. You buy 100 kilogram of cucumbers that contain 99% water. A few days later, they are found to be 98% water. The question is it true that the cucumber now only weighs 50 kilogram? So if we're going to follow the steps prescribed by Himmelblau, the first step is to read and understand the problem. And then the next step is to draw the diagram. Let's try to draw the diagram. So initially I have 100 kilogram of cucumbers. Then it contains 99% water. Okay. So what happened is the water content is reduced to just 98%. So basically this is a drying process wherein you remove the water. Let's call this W. Tapos the question is it true that the cucumber now weighs 50 kilograms? So let's try to find X. X is the weight of cucumber after drying. So this will be the kilogram of cucumber after drying. So basically, we're going to perform overall mass balance, and then water balance, and then solve for X. So, and then try to find out if X is equals to 50 kilogram. So if it's not equal to 50 kilogram, and then so the answer will be no. And if it's 50 kilogram, the answer will be yes. Yun lang naman siya kasimple. So let's perform an overall mass balance. So for overall mass balance, 100 kilogram of cucumber enter the system. And then you have two outgoing stream. The first one is your water. And then the second one is the dried cucumber. Then let's perform a water balance. So 100 kilogram times 0.99. Tapos W plus 0.98 times X. No? So this is a system of two equation. This is the first equation, and then this is the second equation. So just simply use your calculator to find the value of X. Just use your calculator to find the value of X. So that would be 1 and 1, and then 100, and then 1 and 0.98, and 100 times 0.98. Actually, both W and X gives 50 kilograms. So X is equals to 50 kilograms. So therefore, the answer is, this problem is yes. The weight of the cucumber after drying is 50 kilogram. And the answer to the question, is it true that the cucumber weighs only 50 kilograms? Is yes. Okay. So let's try the next one. Okay. So this is problem 8.2. The fern Teres vitata has been shown from the journal Nature 409, 579, 2001 to effectively extract arsenic from soil. So arsenic are toxic chemicals that is normally or naturally found in soil, or in some cases it's also a pollutant from the industry. Anyway, basta arsenic is a toxic chemical. So that's why they try to do some research to remove it from soil. The study showed that in normal soil, which contains 6 ppm, ppm is parts per million. So, for example, if you have 1 milligram per kilogram, that would be 1 ppm. 10 to the minus 3 and then 10 to the 3 ang kilogram. So that's 1 ppm. Kaya naman, 1 ml in 1 cubic meter, that's also 1 ppm. So any measurement that the ratio is 1 is to 1 million is also ppm. So the soil contains 6 ppm of arsenic. In 2 weeks, the fern reduced the soil concentration to 5 ppm while accumulating 755 ppm of arsenic. In this experiment, what was the ratio of the soil mass to plant mass? The initial arsenic in the fern was 5 ppm. So, syempre, the first step that you need to do is to draw the diagram. Let's try to draw the diagram. And then basically, you're just going to perform an arsenic balance, no? So the arsenic balance will give you the ratio of soil to the absorbent, no? In this particular case, the plant mass. Okay, so let's draw the diagram. So for example, this is the soil. Okay, let's symbolize this by S. Tapos originally it contains 6 ppm. Okay. Tapos after 2 weeks, the fern is able to reduce the arsenic concentration to 5 ppm. So this is your soil. Assuming that the amount of soil is not really changed, by the plant. So what comes in, the amount of soil that comes in is also is equal to the amount of soil that goes out of the process. Because this is the initial plant mass. That's called this P. Okay. So originally, the plant mass, according to the problem, is 5 ppm. Tapos, after the process, after 2 weeks, uh, it increases the concentration of the fern or the plant to 755 ppm. So basically, just going to perform an arsenic balance, and then you just try to find the ratio of plant mass with respect to soil, or P over S. So let's perform an arsenic balance. That would be S times 6. Okay, this one. Tapos P times 5. Tapos that would be equal to 5S, this one. And 755P. Okay. So that would be the arsenic balance. So just try to simplify this equation. Transpose this term to the other side. So we're going to have 750p, and then transpose this term to the other side. We're going to have S. So the ratio of the soil to the plant mass is 750. Okay. So it's a relatively large number. Basically, you will need fewer amount of plant or fern per weight of the soil. Okay. So this is the last problem for this video. Problem 8.3, still from Himmelblau. Sludge is wet solids that result from the processing in municipal sewage systems. The sludge has to be dried before it can be composted or otherwise handled. If a sludge containing 70% water and 30% solids is passed through a dryer and the resulting product contains 25% water, how much water is evaporated per ton of sludge sent to the dryer? So this is another drying process. Originally, the sludge contains 70% water, and then after drying, the water content of the sludge is reduced to 25%. So the question is, how much water is removed or evaporated per ton of sludge sent to the dryer? So first, let's try to draw the diagram. originally, sludge, uh, which is equal to 1 ton. Kasi di ba the question is how much water is evaporated per ton? So one ton is equivalent to 2,000 pounds. Okay. As opposed to metric ton, which is equal to 1,000 kilogram. Should be careful with this conversion. So when the problem is referring to ton, it's exactly equal to 2,000 pounds. So the sludge, which is equal to 2,000 pounds, okay, contains 70% water. And then the product, no, after drying, it contains 25% water. So the problem is asking how much water is evaporated or removed by the process. So we have two unknowns, W and T. So you need to perform an overall mass balance. So that will serve as the first equation. And then water balance, that will be the second equation. So let's perform an overall mass balance. So 2,000 pounds of sludge will separate into water and the product, the dried sludge. And then when you perform water balance, 2,000 pounds times 70% is equals to W. So as you can see, the water here is assumed to be pure water. So times 1, let's leave it that way. And then 25% yung product. So if we're going to use the calculator in order to find W, what do you get? 1 and 1, and then 2,000, and then 1 and 0.25, and 2,000 times 0.7. We're supposed to get 1,200 pounds. Ano? So this will be 1,200 pounds. Okay. Are you able to get the 3 problems? Quite easy. No? Okay. So in the next video, I'm going to solve 8.4 to 8.6.